Okay, hey guys, so today I want to talk to you about my personal paranormal experiences. What's cool is that I have footage for everything, so it's not just going to be like me talking about it. I actually have visual evidence for every single thing. Because I used to have another channel, well, I still currently have another channel where I do vlogs, and so I would vlog all of everything. So I have visual evidence to show you guys. These aren't going to be in order. I guess I'm going to put them in order in which I think they are cool, or the order in which I like them from least to greatest. I'm saving my best piece of evidence for last, but it happened fairly early in my paranormal hunting career. I've always been interested in ghosts and aliens and Bigfoot and UFOs and all that kind of stuff. I've always just been interested in supernatural stuff and conspiracy theories and everything. But with ghost hunting, I had never really done it. I kind of just liked it, and I would watch ghost shows and listen to other people's stories and stuff, but I never really went out myself and tried to look for anything or capture any evidence until fairly recently. So a few years ago, I downloaded the Ghost Radar app, and I know what you guys are thinking, that those apps don't work, but for me personally, I don't know if they do or they don't, but what's really interesting is that I've always gotten pretty intelligent responses every single time I used it. So I'm going to start off with that first. I have my very first video that I uploaded to this channel. What's cool is that it says Henry on the screen, and then when I look over just a few feet from where I was sitting, there was someone named Henry, and it says Mrs., meaning he was buried with his wife, and the person was buried with their wife. So that was a really cool coincidence, and I actually have that video on my channel, so I'll link it in the description. I really think you guys should watch it, because that's good evidence. But I guess maybe I'll show you a clip of that now, and then you can watch the rest of the video if you want. So here's a clip of that. The camera, it said Henry, so I turned the camera back on. Let's see what else. Henry, can you please, sorry, I was trying to see if there's anyone named Henry around. Henry, can you please say a color if you can hear me? I don't see any Henrys around me. Henry, if you can hear me, can you please say a color into this device? To the person who said Henry, would you like to communicate? If so, please say a color. Nothing. Okay, I guess it's a... Oh, we got a little red.
Mrs.
Mrs. So is it Mrs. Henry? Or are you saying that you're buried with your wife? Remember, guys, I told you that every single person here is buried. Remain. So your remains are buried with your wife. Is that what you're saying? See, it's kind of like, when you... Directly. Okay, so... I'll try to find your grave, Henry, but... Can you say a color so we can know that you can hear us? Hear me? Take you off the tripod. Oh my god. Ooh, okay. All the people that are here are buried next to... Hold on. Everyone here is buried next to... Oops. See? It says Frank and Anna, and then Kenneth, Mary. Manuel's the only one that's buried alone. And let's see over here, Francis and Nellie. Okay, let's see. Henry. Okay guys, it says Henry right here, and it's with Leah, so it would be with his wife. And look at where my tripod is. So one of the other times that I used the app, I went to the Soden house, which is the house where the Black Dahlia was presumably murdered. And I went there and I got some pretty intelligent responses. It says a few names back to me, and I thought it was pretty cool because especially because it was one of the first times that I had ever used it. So I'll show you that now. Truth to the fact that the surgeon Ben, it says Ben, is Asia. Can you please say Elizabeth? Okay, it says Mary. Okay. It said Mary and Ben. Can you please say one more name? So that way I know that April. Okay, so aside from that app, I also used another app which is called Joe's Box. And Joe's Box is an actual paranormal device that is in a physical form, but the guy who made it into an app. So it's called Joe's Box, and what sucks is it's only available on Android, so I had to use my old phone and download the app. And I took it to the suicide bridge, the Pasadena suicide bridge, and I got some pretty intelligent responses with that as well. So I'm going to show you a clip of that now. Is there anyone here that would like to communicate? Yes. Okay. The loudest cars in the world. How many fingers am I holding up? Why did you jump off this bridge? Someone said help. Okay, and while I was at the bridge, I also used a flashlight. And sometimes people use flashlights to communicate. They'll ask yes or no questions and leave a flashlight next to them and then say, like, if you can hear me, turn the flashlight on or off, something like that. So I took the flashlight there, and I didn't expect that to work at all, but it did. And it was the same night that I used Joe's Box, and here's the clip from that. How old were you when you died? What was your name? Okay, do angels exist? Say yes or no. I'm going to turn this device off now, and I want you guys to turn on the flashlight that's next to me. Please. Do you think you can do that? How many of you were married when you... Okay. I don't like that. That's scary. Okay, guys. So that just turned on its own. What is the name of the person that turned the flashlight on? So if apps don't work, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, because I get some really, like, good coincidences, then I guess you could say. I guess the people that the app hires to sit there and respond to people, they respond to me quickly. I don't know. But, I mean, it's always kind of worked for me. Now I guess I want to talk about when I went to the David Oman house, which is a house that is allegedly haunted, and it's a couple of feet away from the Sharon Tate murders, where Sharon Tate was murdered with her friends about 20 years ago now, I think. But that house is said to be haunted, and I've been there a few times, and every single time that I went there, I captured evidence. So let me see, the very first time, there's a few things to mention about that house. So I guess it's not in any real order, but I'll show you the clip. We were about to do a seance, and everyone's kind of just waiting around, and we're sitting at the table. And there's a little girl said to be there that's named Gwendolyn, and David, the owner of the home, has a toy piano, and the piano starts playing right before we start the seance, and you hear the piano go off, then the EMF meters start to go off, and then you see the motion detector light go off. And I put a little arrow so you can see where everything is. So here's that clip.
Oh, look at it, look at it.
Thank you. You know other people are here, aren't you? Don't you?
Does the doorbell make you happy?
That she knows other people are here.
While I was at the house, David has this, and this David Oman's house was featured on Ghost Adventures. And when Zach was there, one of the figures he has an aquarium, and he has tons of figures on there. And when Zach was there, when the Ghost Adventures team was there, the figure falls down. So when I was there, I didn't think that would happen. So I have that on video. I'm gonna show it to you now.
Right?
Yeah.
When it started.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, I forgot to show you guys. Another one. Don't be a smartass. Nobody likes a smartass. Making me look bad is not funny. To you it might be, to them it's hysterical. To me it's insulting. Now let me do what I was going to do before you do that again. This is 180 gallons. This is about, 960 pounds, and this is about another 250 pounds, so it's over 1,000 pounds dead weight. You're making me look bad, and I don't appreciate that. Let me finish what I'm saying. This is to show you that even with 175 pounds of weight popping up and coming down, it didn't have any effect on that. And it wasn't like a delayed reaction, okay, now it's going to happen. And this is what Zach Baggins did. And look how heavy I'm doing it. He's moving, but he's not rolling over. That's my point. There's something here that's intelligent in some way, shape, or form that's knocking that puppy over. And even Jason Gates, who said, oh, it's unstable, man. It's unstable. That's why it's knocking over. So then, Jason, how come it'll sit there for 5, 6, 7, 8 days, none of them will be knocked over? And then all of a sudden, wham, one, then the other one, then the other one, then the other one. He goes, well, it's unstable. It's like Newton's law is that an object at rest will remain at rest until a force of equal or greater force will be pushed against it. Yeah. Meaning that those can't move unless something is actually interacting with it and pushing it over, which you've seen. It is not anything to do with vibrations or banging or jumping. It's something above and beyond that. It's on top of the surface that's doing the knocking. So, I don't know, does anybody you want to show them one more time? A final goodbye before they all leave? Or are you just going to keep doing this? They're going to jump.
So this is another time that I was at the Omen house. Again, we're having a seance. This was the very first time that I went there, and I was kind of scared to participate, so I'm sitting off to the side. And one of the girls, the psychic, asks if anyone would like to speak to a loved one. And one of the girls says that she would like to speak to her father and that she's having a really hard time dealing with his passing. So we end up capturing an EVP of what's assumed to be her father saying, "Let it go, mija." And you can hear it just so clearly, and you can see everyone, they're just in awe that we actually captured this. So here's that clip.
There was, you just
That
the
was
tail
the
end
end
of
of it. Yeah, okay. Farther than that, yeah. Okay, go with it.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's further back.
Oh
my God!
Oh my
Yeah,
Oh, mija, in Spanish. One more time, I want the audience to hear that. Nobody here was saying a word when that was recorded.
So now, my two favorite clips, I saved the best for last. The first one, I captured, well, both of them I captured without even knowing. I wasn't trying, at the moment when I was filming, I wasn't trying to capture anything. I wasn't asking to hear anything or see anything. The very first one that I'm going to show you is a little black mist that appears on the side of my shoulder. I went to the Omen house and I just went into the restroom and I was filming a video and I think I say, oh, this restroom is haunted, but it's more of a thing where I'm being silly because it was for an Instagram story. So I'm not even filming horizontally. I have the camera vertical and I'm kind of just filming like, hey, because I was just doing a story, like I said. And it wasn't until afterwards that I noticed that there was a little black mist appearing on the side of me and you can't really see it. You have to pay attention to it. But what's kind of interesting is that David has said that there is, which is the owner of the house, I'm sorry. David, the owner of the house, has said that there is a black mist that lives in his home. And he even has, there's even a clip of this black thing, this black entity leaving his home. So I guess I'll show you that clip first. Then right after that clip, I'll show you my clip so you can see, and maybe it's possibly the same thing, I'm not sure, but when I came home and saw the video afterward, I'm like, oh my goodness, there was something on the side of me and I didn't even notice. So here are both of those clips. This is a haunted bathroom. Well, supposedly it's haunted. Okay guys, now the best for last, the absolute best evidence I have, the evidence I'm so proud of, is when I was at the David Omen house again. We were doing a seance and I'm sitting at the table. I have the camera just right in front of me. I think we're just barely starting the seance or something like that, but it hadn't really started yet. And you just see a blue light go right across my screen, bright blue, right across my screen, right? You see a blue light go right across my screen and it's followed by like a hum or a hiss or a growl or something. It's like an exhale maybe. So that, till this day, that is my favorite evidence. I did not see it when I was there with my own eyes. I only saw it after I came home and reviewed the evidence, and I thought, I was really, really scared when I seen it because it was so close to me and I hadn't seen it live, and that was one of the very first paranormal experiences that I had. So I am just so proud of it. So I'll show you the clip now.
The unborn baby, so I know that it's been, yesterday the alarm went off right when we were asking about this unborn.
Okay guys, so I really, really, really hope you enjoyed that video. I kind of wanted to rush through it. I didn't want to linger and continue to drag it on. I just kind of want to show you guys like a best of video. If there's any in particular clip you want me to go into detail about, or if there's any, I have like full vlogs of all of the videos, so if you want to see those or anything, just let me know. Let me know your experiences. Let me know if you can debunk any of mine. I don't know. Let me know. Okay guys, if you are still watching, comment 000 so I know who you are, and please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, bye.